Okay guys, so in this lesson we're going to look at something called complex fractions. Complex fractions just mean that there's a fraction inside of a fraction. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're kind of split it up into a top and a bottom, and then we'll multiply by the reciprocal of the bottom, okay, when we have fractions inside fractions. So let's deal with the top. Okay, so when we deal with the top, when we add and subtract fractions, we always have to have a common denominator. So our common denominator is going to be 3. So this becomes x minus 12 over 3. Our bottom, okay, is 5 plus 1 over x. Common denominator there is going to be x. So this becomes 5x plus 1 all over x. Now when we have a complex fraction, we're going to keep the top fraction and multiply by the reciprocal of the bottom. So x minus 12 over 3 times x over 5x plus 1. And if we want to write it a little bit neater, we'll write it like this. And I'm okay with you leaving it like that. If you need to FOIL stuff out, then FOIL stuff out. There's no need to do anything else for me. Okay, next one. I want to go back to this real quick. You can also do around the world if you wanted to. For both of these fractions, 3 times a negative 4 is a negative 12 plus x over 3. That's the same thing we got. X times 5 is 5x plus 1 divided by x. That's what we got right there. So that's just a little shortcut if you wanted to do it that way. When you have a whole number plus a fraction. Okay, the top, we don't have to do anything with the top. There's no addition or subtraction with common denominators. So the bottom, let's deal with the bottom. Fraction, so we got 1 over 2 plus 3 over x plus 1. Okay, so this one's going to be missing an x plus 1. And this one's going to be missing a 2. Okay, so we'll go to simplify this as x plus 1 plus 6 all over 2 times x plus 1. So it's x plus 7 all over 2 times x plus 1. Now, when we have a complex fraction, we keep the top, so 10 over x plus 1 times the reciprocal of the bottom, so 2 times x plus 1 all over x plus 7. Now from our last lesson, we know that the x plus 1s will cancel. 10 times 2 is 20. So this is 20 over x plus 7. Okay, so the key to this stuff is staying organized. Okay. Next one, we'll deal with the top fraction. Okay, so top fraction. This one's missing an x minus 3. And this one's missing an x plus 3 on the bottom to get our common denominator. Okay, we're going to add our numerators together. So we get 2x all over x minus 3 times x plus 3. Our bottom. So the bottom of this fraction is going to be a difference of squares. So this is 4 over x plus 3 and x minus 3. Okay, so we're going to keep the top fraction and multiply by the reciprocal of the bottom. So we got 2x over x minus 3, x plus 3 times x plus 3, x minus 3 over 4. Sorry, I hit my camera. Okay. So your x minus 3s and x plus 3s will end up canceling. 2 and the 4 cancel, so we're left with x over 2. On to the back. I'm going to adjust my camera because I hit it. Okay, so just want to sit right there. Okay, so top fraction. Got 1 over x minus 2 over x squared minus 3 over x cubed. So this one, so our common denominator is going to end up being x cubed. So this one's missing an x squared. This one's missing an x. And this one's not missing anything. So it's x squared minus 2x minus 3 all over x cubed. Now we can factor that down. Factors of negative 3 are x minus 3 and x plus 1. And they give you a negative 2. Okay, the bottom. Okay, so your bottom fraction, x minus 9 over x. Common denominator is going to be x. So we get x squared minus 9 over x. And that's going to factor by difference of squares. So it's x plus 3 times x minus 3 all over x. Okay, so we're going to keep the top fraction. And we're going to multiply by the reciprocal of the bottom fraction. Okay, the x minus 3's will end up canceling. You can cancel an x. Okay, so we're left with x plus 1 all over x squared times x plus 3. That's my answer. Okay, last one. So we'll deal with the top fraction. Okay, so our top fraction, this is going to factor to x plus 3, x minus 3. Okay, so this one's going to be missing an x minus 3. So we get 2x minus 6 plus 5x. So it's 7x minus 6 all over x minus 3 and x plus 3. That's my top fraction. My bottom fraction. So my bottom fraction is 4 over x plus 3 plus 2 over x minus 3. So this one's going to be missing an x minus 3. And this one's going to be missing an x plus 3. Okay, so we get 4x minus 12 plus 2x plus 6. Okay, I'm distributing. And so I get 6x minus 6 all over x minus 3, x plus 3. And these have a common factor of 6. Okay, so that's what our bottom is going to look like. So we're going to keep the top. We're going to multiply by the reciprocal of the bottom. Okay, so the x minus 3's cancel, x plus 3's cancel. So we're left with 7x minus 6 over 6 times x minus 1. And that is how we do complex fractions. Now, let me explain something real quick. I'm going to give you an example right here. And this is a common mistake. I don't know why people try and do it, but they try and do it. So I'm going to go and yell at you now in a video. Okay, so you see this 6 here and this 6 here. You cannot cancel that. Don't ever try and cancel anything across an addition or subtraction sign unless it's the same exact term in all 3 terms. Okay, so make sure you do not do that. It's horrible habit, horrible math, and it's going to cause you a lot of problems in the future. So make sure that when you go to cancel something, it has to be in every single term if you're canceling across an addition or subtraction sign. So this has been Complex Fractions. Thanks, and have a good day.